Today's video is brought to you by Wondrium. Let's take a look at how Kadena Air Base could be trading Eagles for Raptors, and why this may not be a good thing. F-15s have been operating out of Kadena Air Base for over 40 years, with both the 44th and 67th Fighter Squadrons calling the base their home. Sporting the distinctive Zulu Zulu tailcode, these Eagles have been a fixture in the local community for decades. However, recently the US announced plans to withdraw these two permanently based F-15 fighter squadrons over the next 2 years. This move is significant due to the strategic importance of Kadena, which is located in Okinawa, Japan, and is often referred to as the keystone of the Pacific. Situated just 400 miles from the coast of China and just under 480 miles from Shanghai, the airbase is within combat range of most fighters to mainland China, and represents the largest and most active base in East Asia. This move comes at a time when the Pentagon's latest National Defense Strategy document declares that China is the pacing challenge of this divisive decade, while also inferring that posture is a key element in deterring Chinese aggression. Given these statements, it is puzzling then to learn that there has been no decision made on a long-term solution to replace the loss of forward-station combat power. Essentially, the decision to remove the Eagle squadrons from Kadena represents an elimination of 25% of the fighter squadrons that are permanently stationed west of the international date line. And while some would argue that the F-15 C&D aircraft which will be removed are old 4th generation aircraft that would not be very effective in a potential conflict with China, a permanently deployed, well-trained, always available force is better than a rotational force which could be caught at an inopportune time between deployments. Another argument in favor of the removal of these units is that the base is likely within range of cruise missile strikes, which could catch the fighters on the ground. This would make sense if the US was leaving Kadena for another location somewhat farther away and outside of cruise missile range. However, given the importance of Kadena's location, that is not likely. In fact, the Air Force is asking for some $140 million for military construction at Kadena this year. To offset the withdrawal of the F-15 fighter squadrons, plans were made to begin temporary deployments of more advanced aircraft such as the F-22 Raptor. The idea is that Raptor squadrons that are currently stationed in Alaska or the western US could rotate in and out of Kadena. While the F-22 is essentially superior to the F-15 in almost every way, rotational deployments are not the same as a permanently stationed force. Before we get into other options available to Kadena and the region, today's video is brought to you by Wondrium. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, then you probably value learning new things, and when it comes to learning, Wondrium is one of the best. Wondrium is where you find the answer to everything you've ever wondered about. Their carefully curated collection of short and long-form videos, tutorials, how-tos, documentaries, and more is academically comprehensive, thoroughly researched, relentlessly entertaining, and presented by engaging experts. In a nutshell, Wondrium is the place for minds that wonder. I've been watching the Great Military Blunders course and learned that the Romans suffered a massive defeat at the Battle of Carrhae to an army 1/4 its size due to massive intelligence failures and an overconfident general. Wondrium has a vast library of topics and they add new content every month. Additionally, Wondrium makes a great gift. You can give the gift of endless learning this holiday season. Gift Wondrium subscriptions to your friends, family, or anyone in your life that enjoys learning as much as you do. Trust me, they'll thank you. So if you've ever wondered about anything, Wondrium will be your new favorite place, and they're giving viewers of this channel a great offer of a free trial. Show your support for my channel by subscribing to Wondrium now. Seriously, your brain is going to love this place. Please visit wondrium.com/PilotPhotog. Click the link in the description below to start your free trial today. Aside from the F-22 Raptor, which other advanced fighter aircraft could be stationed at Kadena? The next choice would have to be the F-35 Lightning. Although the F-35 is a single-engine aircraft as compared to the F-15 and F-22, it does have advanced surveillance systems and makes extensive use of sensor fusion capabilities, which allows it to integrate with allied systems. Since Kadena is an Air Force base, the most likely F-35 variant to be deployed here would be the Air Force's A model, which is also operated by Japan. However, as of the making of this video, the only overseas permanently deployed US Air Force F-35s are located in the UK. Perhaps in the near term, some USAF Lightnings will be permanently stationed somewhere in the Indo-Pacific theater. Another option besides the F-35 would be the latest version of the Eagle, the F-15EX, officially known as the Eagle II. While technically still a fourth-generation fighter, the Eagle II makes use of upgraded electronic warfare and defensive systems such as the Eagle Passive Active Warning Survivability System, or EPAWS. These systems are not found on the legacy F-15Cs and Ds, and should make the Eagle II more survivable against near-peer fighters. Additionally, the Eagle II is capable of carrying a dozen AIM-120 AMRAAMs. A recent report stated that the F-15 Eagle II can shoot from a significantly increased range, farther than any other Air Force fighter. Perhaps a combination of low observable F-35s could data share target locking information to the Eagle IIs that could launch volleys of AMRAAMs at an incoming enemy force. What about the Navy? Indeed, a carrier strike group is capable of projecting massive air power anywhere in the world. Case in point, CVN-76, the USS Ronald Reagan, is the only forward-deployed carrier strike group that is home-ported at Yokosuka, Japan. As a flagship of Carrier Strike Group 5 and part of the U.S. 7th Fleet, Ronald Reagan stands ready. However, China has been working on land-based missiles that could strike a carrier group while it was deployed at sea. One such example is the DF-26, an intermediate-range ballistic missile that has been dubbed a carrier killer. With a claimed range of 3,000 miles, this would give the missile an effective striking distance that is beyond the range of the carrier's aircraft. So while carrier strike groups are essential for power projection and deterrence, there needs to be a permanent land-based force of fighters to complement or support the carrier group. Aside from working on land-based missiles to attack carriers and possibly air bases, China has also been steadily upgrading its air forces. The Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon is China's take on a fifth-generation fighter. Initially powered by Russian engines, the J-20 has been receiving incremental upgrades to both its engines and avionics, which have led some to speculate that the stealth profile is approaching that of an F-35 or F-22. While exact information is difficult to obtain on the J-20, most reports indicate that there are already 150 operational examples. And since China only needs to deploy these in-country and along their eastern coast, the 150 J-20s are much more concentrated than the US Air Force's approximately 170 F-22 Raptors that are deployed globally. Getting back to the F-22s, the Air Force initially requested some 700 examples. However, production of the Raptor was cut short due to budget cuts. At the time, it was thought that the Raptor was too much airplane, and the thought of a near-peer adversary fielding a comparable aircraft seemed far-fetched. And while the US Air Force is already at work on the next-generation Air Dominance or NGAD fighter, the US must be prepared with the assets that are available today. For this reason, having a permanently stationed fighter force at Kadena should be seen as a matter of national security and of the utmost importance. As recent events have shown, sometimes the way to win a war is to prevent one from starting in the first place. A strong military presence can cause potential aggressors to reconsider initiating hostilities. It's for these reasons that the 45 F-15Cs and Ds should be replaced tail for tail with either F-22s or a combination of F-35s and F-15 Eagle IIs. What do you think? Should the Eagles remain at Kadena? When will the F-35 be permanently stationed in the Indo-Pacific theater? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and thank you to my patrons and channel members who directly support this channel and help make videos like these possible. If you enjoy this content and want to help me produce more, consider becoming a member or patron today. Now you know!